So today we shall discuss about the fluoroacetic acid or sodium fluoroacetate, also called as compound 1080. So there are several compounds which comes under this category. So sodium fluoroacetate, sodium fluoroacetamide and sodium fluoroethanol. So their properties are very much similar. So because of this, these compounds are put together under sodium fluoroacetate toxicity. And these compounds, they are very commonly used to get rid of the rodents and also the wild dogs, rabbits and the menacing foxes. So more commonly used in New Zealand and Australia, and so much of toxicity were recorded in New Zealand. And there was no bait shyness exhibited by this fluoroacetic acid. So you know what is bait shyness. See the rat, so they readily take away this fluoroacetic acid, so they don't shy away from taking fluoroacetic acid and they will distribute among their families and friends. So that's what bait shyness is. So because of high toxicity, so the preparation having this fluoroacetate, so the package containing the fluoroacetate compound, so it generally comes with a black color, warning black color, or with red color, and there is a warning stamp on the cover. So similar to a cigarette pack, so it will also comes with a warning stamp on the cover, like, so it is very much dangerous to the animals. So it is very much dangerous if you consume, if consumed by dogs and cat, very injurious to the human beings, keep out of reach of children. So such warning stamps on the cover will be there on the cover of fluoroacetate. So the toxicokinetics of fluoroacetate, so taken through the oral route, enters the GIT, so enters circulation, then the brain, then the deposition in the brain is more than that of in the heart and the liver. Then they'll be eliminated through the feces and the urine. So other two compounds, fluoroacetamide and fluoroethanol, so to initiate its action, these compounds has to get converted into the fluoroacetate in case of the liver. So the culprit in these compounds are the fluoroacetate only. So whether you use fluoroacetate, fluoroacetamide or fluoroethanol, the culprit being it has to get converted into this active compound, the fluoroacetate. So as I told you, there will be some stamping on the cover, so to warn the end users. So accordingly, there are some color coding for different pesticides. So it's for general knowledge, and sometimes it might be asked also. See, there is some color coding that is made to easily identify the toxicity potential of pesticides. So if you see any pesticides, generally they will come with this warning. So if it is an extremely toxic pesticide, it will come with this diamond shaped warning, where in the upper portion, so this portion, so it will be written as poison. So in the lower portion, so it will be colored with the red color. So if it is colored with red color, so such pesticides will be extremely toxic. For example, monocrotophos, zinc phosphate, sodium fluoroacetate. So they are all extremely toxic. So similarly, a diamond shaped stamp with upper portion written as poison and in the lower portion colored with yellow. So they are highly toxic pesticide. Examples, endosulfan. See endosulfan, so it is an highly toxic compound. Then carbaryl also a highly toxic compound. If a pesticide is a moderately toxic one, so this diamond shaped coding, in the upper portion it will be written as danger and in the lower portion it will be colored blue. So blue color will be there in the lower portion. So they are moderately toxic. Examples are malathion. And all the household insecticide, what we use against cockroaches and all those things and mosquito repellents, so they are slightly toxic. It comes with a coding. In the upper portion it will be written as caution and in the lower portion it will be colored green. So you can see this coding. If you have a mosquito repellent at your house, you can see this one. So this coding in the pesticide. So from this coding you can easily identify the toxicity potential of various pesticides. Then the mechanism of action of the fluoroacetate toxicity. See, the mechanism of action of fluoroacetate toxicity is important. So if you see the mechanism of action of fluoroacetate toxicity, it mainly blocks the Krebs cycle. See, by blocking the Krebs cycle, it decreases the energy production. So at what step of the Krebs cycle will be inhibited by this fluoroacetate? See, the normal Krebs cycle, it will go like this. Oxaloacetate compound combines with the acetyl-CoA, so catalyzed by the enzyme citrate synthesis to form the citrate. citrate with the help of aconitase enzyme gets converted into cis-aconitate, then isocitrate, alpha-ketoglutarate, succinate, fumarate, malate. Again there will be regeneration of oxaloacetate. So through this cycle there will be production of ATP. So in this Krebs cycle, this fluoroacetate is going to inhibit some of the few steps involved in the Krebs cycle. So we shall see what is that thing that will be inhibited by this fluoroacetate compound. So whenever there is fluoroacetate toxicity, the fluoroacetate when comes into the target organ, it combines with the coenzyme A to form fluoroacetyl CoA compound. And this fluoroacetyl CoA compound, in place of acetyl CoA, this fluoroacetyl combines with the oxaloacetate. See, in normal course, oxaloacetate will combine with acetyl CoA. Whereas in toxicity, fluoroacetyl CoA will combine with the oxaloacetate, and the enzyme catalyzed is the same citrate synthesis, but the product formed is not citrate, the product formed is the fluorocitrate. Whereas in the normal course, the product formed is the citrate. And this conversion of fluoroacetate to fluoroacetyl CoA and fluoroacetyl CoA to fluorocitrate, this conversion we call it as lethal synthesis. And this fluorocitrate, it's going to inhibit the enzyme aconitase. When it inhibits the enzyme aconitase, there will be no conversion of citrate into the cis-aconitate. Now you can question me, so fluorocitrate has been formed, how come citrate will be formed? See, oxaloacetate has combined with fluoroacetyl CoA to form fluorocitrate. Then what is the question of synthesis of citrate? In the oxaloacetate has been utilized here. See what happens in the body. See, out of 100 oxaloacetate, say for example 80 oxaloacetate has combined with fluoroacetyl CoA to form fluorocitrate. Whereas the remaining 20 oxaloacetate, it will combine with the acetyl CoA to form citrate, right? So once fluorocitrate inhibits the aconitase enzyme, the 20% of citrate what has been formed, it will not get converted into cis-aconitate, and this 20% citrate will be accumulated in the body, and it will also cause the toxic effects. And inhibition of aconitase, inhibition of Krebs cycle, decreased energy production also causes toxic effects. So the two major culprit here being, one is the inhibition of aconitase enzyme, inhibition of Krebs cycle, decreased ATP production, and the second one is the accumulation of citrate, which is a chelator of calcium, that will also lead to the toxic effect. So this will what is the mechanism of action of fluoroacetate. So to repeat, fluoroacetate combines with the coenzyme A to form fluoroacetyl CoA. In place of acetyl CoA, fluoroacetyl CoA will combine with oxaloacetate to form fluorocitrate with the help of enzyme citrate synthesis. Then fluorocitrate inhibits the aconitase so that there will be no conversion of citrate to the cis-aconitate. Citrate will get accumulated. So citrate will get accumulated. It's a chelator of calcium, causes toxic effect. Coupled with, there will be inhibition of Krebs cycle, there will be decreased ATP production. So the same thing has been explained here. So when fluoroacetate enters the body, first gets converted into fluoroacetyl CoA after combining with coenzyme A. Then fluoroacetyl CoA enters Krebs cycle, replacing acetyl CoA to form fluorocitrate by combining with the oxaloacetate. The enzyme involved here is citrate synthase. And this conversion of fluoroacetate to fluoroacetyl CoA, then to fluorocitrate, we call it as lethal synthesis. And finally, the fluorocitrate that has been formed, it acts as the inhibitor of aconitase, and it blocks conversion of citrate to cis-aconitate. So citrate will get accumulated and also coupled with Krebs cycle inhibition. So there will be decreased energy production. So whenever there is decreased energy production, the vital organs will be affected first, heart and brain will be affected. And due to accumulation of the citrate, citrate is a calcium chelator. So that will be the mechanism of action of sodium fluoroacetate. Now we shall see the clinical signs. This fluorocitrate, since the entire process takes time, its onset of action will be delayed. So the onset of, even though onset of action is delayed, once its action sets in, then you will see acute form of toxicity. See what are the clinical signs. See, generally onset of action takes 30 minutes to 2 hours to begin the clinical sign. So since the dogs are more susceptible for any rodenticide toxicity, so in dogs neurotoxic signs will be more prominent. So it will be manifested as restlessness, there will be anxiety, hyperirritability and vomition. See, vomission often here, see what we used to tell. So if the animal vomits within 2 hours of ingestion of a toxicant, then it might be life saving. See here, the vomission is occurring after 2 hours of ingestion of the sodium fluorocitrate. So it is not life saving. See, sodium fluorocitrate, it entered GIT. If it entered GIT and causing the vomission, the fluorocitrate will come out. If sodium fluorocitrate entered GIT, it has absorbed from GIT into the circulation, then it is inhibiting the Krebs cycle, then affecting the brain and causing vomission. It's not a life-saving one, so that we should bear it in mind. So vomission in sodium fluorocitrate is not a life-saving mechanism. Then there will be tenesmus, dyspnea, frothing, hyperthermia, wild running will be there, barking, then followed by tonic-clonic seizures with paddling, respiratory paralysis, then death. In case of ruminants and horses, cardiac signs will be more prominent, whereas in dogs, neurotoxic signs will be more. So cardiac signs include arrhythmia, weak pulse, ventricular fibrillation, staggering, trembling, sweating, grinding of teeth and seizures. Then cardiac arrest, sudden death. Cardiac arrest and sudden death are the prominent feature of fluoroacetate toxicosis. So cardiac arrest, you know the cardiac arrest mainly due to the vital signs damage due to the decreased energy production. Then postmortem finding, non-specific postmortem finding. Then diagnosis through history, clinical sign. And in kidney, we have to estimate the citrate level. Since the citrate accumulation will be more, so in kidney there will be high amount of citrate. And take sample of bait, stomach contents, vomitous sample, then liver and kidney, and analyze for the presence of fluoroacetate. In the treatment, so no specific antidote. So supported treatment, or you can go for gastric lavage, activated charcoal. Then you can give glyceryl monoacetate, or also called as monoacetate. So what is the rationale behind using glyceryl monoacetate? See, I told you in the mechanism of action, fluoroacetate. So whenever there is fluoroacetate toxicity, it will combine with the CoA to form fluoroacetyl CoA, right? And this fluoroacetyl CoA will combine with oxaloacetate to form fluorocitrate. And fluorocitrate inhibits the aconitase enzyme. So this is the mechanism of action. So when we give glyceryl monoacetate, so this glyceryl monoacetate, it will increase the production of acetyl CoA. So glyceryl monoacetate will increase the production of acetyl CoA. When there is increase in the production of acetyl CoA, see here, fluoroacetyl CoA is combining with the oxaloacetate, right? Fluoroacetyl CoA, it is combining with oxaloacetate to form the fluorocitrate. If there is increased production of acetyl CoA, so it will replace the fluoroacetyl CoA and combines with the oxaloacetate to form citrate, right? So citrate will be formed and the Krebs cycle will be continued. So that is the rationale behind using glyceryl monoacetate. So it is a competitive antagonist of the fluoroacetate. It increases the acetyl CoA level. The dosage being 0.5 to 0.5 milligram per kg body weight per hour in 5 parts of normal saline given through intramuscular route until the total dosage of 2 to 4 milligram per kg body weight is reached. Then the next treatment is the 50% of ethanol and acetic acid, 5% acetic acid, it is vinegar. So 8 ml per kg body weight through oral route. So finally a remedy. See the percentage of alcohol, 50%, very much nearer to what the people consume. So today much hue and cry about the sale of liquor. See here some remedy is attached to the ethanol. So if there is fluoroacetate toxicity, if you viral this treatment course for fluoroacetate toxicity, so they will turn on and they will tell see ethanol 50%, very much similar to the composition of what the people are using, so I am taking it for fluoroacetate toxicity. So finally a remedy so for any toxicity. Then anticonvulsant, then calcium borogluconate given through slow intravenous route. Then assignment question. See the mechanism of action of fluoroacetate toxicity, it is by inhibition of dash enzyme. And fluoroacetate toxicity also impairs glycolysis. See, there is a statement, fluoroacetate toxicity also impairs glycolysis, justify. So for this you have to refer and you have to answer, okay, not read. So you refer and answer this question. Fluoroacetate toxicity, it will also impair glycolysis. You know fluoroacetate toxicity impairs Krebs cycle, but how it's going to impair glycolysis, you have to answer it in this assignment question. Electron transport chain and consequent decreased ATP production is caused by fluoroacetate toxicity. True or false? Fluoroacetate toxicity inhibits Krebs cycle directly and glycolysis indirectly. True or false? So these are the assignment questions. You have to write it in the comment section. Thank you.